Alright, sorry, hopefully I'm back and hopefully a reboot will have solved the problem. I don't know exactly where we got cut off, but we were discussing why event is just a argument from contingency to say that there's nothing inscrutable. It just means that things are complicated and we don't always know what's going on. Okay, so hence event is secured. We're going to try to hopefully get this paper done. There's only a few more pages. Thankfully, this is a short essay and won't take forever. From connection and preclusion and event to skepticism. Event and connection entail that for any event E we know of, we have no good reason for thinking that there are not inscrutable states of affairs connected to E. Again, I'm a little doubting this, but whatever. It's all this sort of holism. There's a lot of contingent things, and there's no reason to think that anything in this contingency is outside of our scrutability. However, this means that preclusion holds for all E we know of, meaning that for any E we have no good reason to think that value of the states of affairs that we know are connected to E are representative. So it means because everything is all holistic, we are everything we understand about it is underdetermined as the important parts of it. We could just be looking at extraneous parts. But of course, this is just generalized way of saying skepticism. Instances of evil referred to in skepticism are just particular events, and event and connection therefore entail that for any instance of evil or any event, we have no good reason to think that there are not inscrutable states of affairs connected to it. And from this, preclusion entails that we have no good reason to think that the value of the states of affairs that we know are connected to some instance of evil are representative in respect to value of the states of affairs that are actually connected to said instances of evil. And this means that we have no good reason to think that the value of the states of affairs we know are connected to E are representative of the value of states of affairs actually connected to E, and hence event, connection, and preclusion entail skepticism, which, as we saw above, undermines arguments from evil. More formally, we may put this argument as follows: preclusion argument. For any E we know of, we have no good reason for thinking that there are not inscrutable state affairs connected to E. Therefore, for any E we know, we have no good reason to think that the states of affairs we know are connected to E are represented in respect to value of the actual states of affairs connected to E. That assumes that there is some sort of actuality here, which is, if you don't know that there aren't any that are, then how do you know that there are some that do? Therefore, skepticism from 4. So that's a different problem. There's an assumption that there is something going on. As said earlier, this argument probably won't impress the non-theist, but if you already think there are actual states of affairs that do matter, that are connected to E, then this might impress you. But I'm not, this was not argued for. It's just, if you think that in the course of this argument, then you sort of have to assume this. But that's okay for the course of this argument. To deny the preclusion argument, one must deny event, connection, or preclusion. I was denying preclusion, but this is an unenvious position to be in, since these theses seem clearly true. Again, the question was exactly what I wasn't quite buying preclusion earlier. Conclusion: in this argument, I have used the preclusion argument to show that skepticism is true. Critics of skeptical theism therefore owe us an explanation why the preclusion argument fails. Okay. Computer glitch problems aside, this is a nice essay. I suspect most people won't actually have the problems I have with preclusion. They'll be pretty okay with this argument from event, connection, and preclusion that creates this preclusion argument. So, yeah, because I think most people are Bayesian nowadays, and so that's kind of what the preclusion is getting you. Because if you think you don't have, you have to sort of understand that you don't know something, and so you're not assuming that you have the proper relative values of states of affairs. And once you do that, then you can't run your Bayesian argument. So if you're gonna stop Bayesian reasoning, then you can't make a claim about the state of the world based on your sample size. of course, there are alternatives to that sort of reasoning. They are not the popular ones because most people, I think, are Bayesian now, but the fact that this sort of argument from probability can be marshaled in to make a nice argument for this theistic skeptical theism, they call it, skeptical theism and the arguments from evil. It's a nice way to put this. It's a nice application of this problem from probability. Okay, hope to see you guys soon. I'm gonna assume that now the computer looks like it's running a lot better. There were error messages popping up before too, so I know not to run the computer for more than a few hours. If you can, give me a suggestion on what to read next, and maybe I'll come back in a few minutes after probably go drinking a beer. Thanks, bye.